Excuse me. Hello, folks. How are you doing today? My name is Nina Adora Wicked, and this is a Wicked Lifestyle. Welcome if you're new. Welcome back if you're returning. As you can see, it is a no makeup day. I am not feeling it. I have been quite sick with nosebleeds all week. I'm starting to get more pale and look, you know, like the circles under my eyes are darker, etc. It's not that big of a deal, but it is because it affects how much energy I have. And so let's just jump right into it and I'll explain about my energy. This is the week that we're gonna plan. I could use this, but I don't really plan on using this. I just put that there because I was being lazy and I didn't, well, I say I was being lazy, but it's not being lazy, it's being mindful of my health. I have to actually be mindful of my health, so that I'm not doing too much, overworking my heart, etc. And honestly, I mean, just even as a woman, when you have your menstrual cycle, you know that the blood loss affects you. So, hormonally, and so I still struggle with that. It's just not coming from below, it's coming out of my face. And it is what it is. Okay, I guess. But anyway, so this is what I did for the week. As you can see, I did change my hair. It's looking a little raggedy right now. I am sick. Why do I have to always say that? I don't know. I feel like people don't accept it when they are looking to see output, the level of productivity you can maintain. And I'm like, I'm sick. You bleed out your face every day, all day, trying to not choke on your own blood. Productivity will be what it will be, okay? So what I did this week was I did my hair. I braided it all up. It's looking a little rough right now, but that's because it's hot and I don't want to have hair, wear the hair hat all summer. It's not going to work for me. So I did my hair all day on Monday, and then I finished it up on Tuesday. I went to go get some groceries. I left the house really because I needed facial tissues. I need to go through, like, every time I go to Dollar Tree, I buy like 7 to 10 boxes of facial tissues. I'm just start ordering it from online. I have to remind myself. Actually, let's just write that in. Let's use the color that we just used. Is it this one? It is this one. I can write a quick reminder, but is it gonna do me any good if it's right here? Doesn't matter, just write it in anyway. I need to order facial tissues online. Also, what I like to get from Dollar Tree is the coffee. They have Harry and David creme brulee coffee, which I really like a lot, but I don't have today. I just have water because I can't taste anything. I ate a couple of sausage for breakfast. Couldn't taste it, and they're the good sausage. They taste like the McDonald's sausage. I'd be like, yes, give me my sausage, but I can't taste it. So it's like my appetite has not been what it needs to be because I can't taste food. This is so annoying. But anyway, okay, we continue on. Or as my song says, we march on. I have to check. I'm gonna update to see if the music is in iTunes yet. It okay. We'll get to that when we get to that. Let's get through going over what I did for the week, which is, to me, I always say nothing, but that's not true. I have to give myself more credit for the things that I actually do. So, did my hair with the Dollar Tree, with the Smart and Final to get some things. I forgot to get almond milk, but okay, I'm out for my oatmeal. I started making some planner stickers for June, but and going with a theme, but I'm just kind of over planning um, recording it. Um, a lot of times I feel obligated to come on here, and I don't like feeling that, but I do enjoy it as a hobby. So it's just like next week. Okay, we'll get to next week when we get to next week. I didn't do the things that I wanted to do for my project, and I was going to do that on Wednesday. I started it I started it on Wednesday, but I don't know what happened. Just I think I start no I think I did my nails on Wednesday. Oh yeah, I did my nails. I started my nails on Tuesday. I took all of the old gel off and put some new gel on here. And then on Wednesday, I spent a lot of time shaping and filing them because what's going on and what I wrote right here is that I feel like I've been under cyber attack. At first, I thought it was my neighbors using a lot of data of my data. And maybe it was, I don't know. I can't really say. I did let the cable company know. They did their investigation. They said they couldn't find anything. But then there was an exorbitant amount of data that was used. Like, I could not possibly be using this data. Somebody else is using this data. It's not me. Like something big. But also there were solar flares that day too. So it's like, we don't really know what's going on. I don't know if it's a cyber attack or whatever, but now my Fire Stick won't work. So that means that I can't watch television in my room. And I'm like, but I fall asleep to the TV. So I've just been falling asleep to my book. That I'm in the third book of this series. I'm reading or listening to Zodiac Academy. I have like 3 hours left of the third book. So I have some other books. I did finish listening to Unreasonable Hospitality by Will Guevara. Excuse me. For me, I feel like the book was an okay listen. Just to hear about how he had to pivot so frequently, with changing times. That's what I got. But underlying, he still had to take into consideration what made him the best, or how to become the best per the standards set in place. It's based on restaurants, so but it can apply to any industry because essentially it's about how you treat people and how you make them feel or whatever. And I'm like, I'm already doing this, so it's a good read. It probably would have been a better read had I read it before I gain this level of self-awareness. The way I see it is I could go out into the world and interact with individuals who might be having a bad day. I can allow them to affect my day, or I can affect your day, and I'm really good at that. I prefer to be more effective when it comes to positivity as opposed to negativity. So like, and it's kind of like that, going out of your way to make people feel good. Maybe like you paid attention or something, or, something that would mean just something. It doesn't even have to be a big grand gesture, just something like, you see somebody having a bad day, you can offer a kind word or whatever. But anyway, so that was that book. It was, I listened to it, but it felt like a struggle to get through for me because I felt like the preacher preaching to the choir. Like, I'm already doing this. So then yesterday I tried to build my website, but I had, because I was doing something else with my project, to try to be able to make an agent to collect just AI, internet, web type stuff. Um, I was trying to do all of that, but because I had done that before, I thought I put this on mute. Be able. Uh, I want to try to keep track of time. There it is. Okay, and maybe I can see the chat as well, a little bit of it. But anywho, I was doing, and cognitively it affects me too when I've been like just bleeding. Like this morning, I woke up and first of all, last night I thought I was sorry, I know I'm rambling. It's okay, it's my story, and we're all about storytelling. So we want to hear a story. Tell us a good story. Um, I call myself going to sleep, like not trying to like get up in there with my tweezers like I'm performing surgery on myself to make sure everything is clear in there. I was like, I'll just worry about it in the morning. Bad idea. Bad idea, because I had a headache from the congestion all night. It just felt like it kept getting more impacted. And I was like, oh. So I didn't really sleep. And then this morning I woke up and I was like, okay, I'm gonna, clear out my sinuses and do whatever. But then I was just sitting there. I can't look down. Like, that's so anyway, this morning I'm only listening to my audiobook because I'm not ready to leave the comfort of my bed quite yet. So I'm just, because it's still early. So I'm listening to the audiobook and oh my goodness, my nose just flooded out. I had so many clots, and I'm sorry if that grosses some people out, but that's just my reality. And it was just like, to the point where I couldn't even hold my head straight. I actually had to lean back and be consciously aware to not like breathe because if you breathe then it'd go down your throat or whatever. And but then it was also stuck too. It's just so weird. It's annoying because I was trying to, like, okay, the tissue is not quality enough to handle it. not really, not what was going on. No, actually, no. Only the only thing that would probably be good enough to handle it would be paper towels, but that's too crunchy. So, or like actual towels. It was that bad. And so I was like, okay, maybe I can clear it out this way and then just spit it out, and then I can have more control over it, because it's like this is out of control. Uh, and it was both nostrils, so it was a mess. Anyway, I will spare you the rest of the details, but that's been my morning. Um, I don't know how I got there from trying to build a website, but that's what I'm trying to work on today. I did that yesterday. Um, Trying to work with the chat GPT. I put my gratitude right here. It does not say gratitude. I did as much as I could do. I didn't finish my look ahead. I'll do that later, because I need to finish trying to build my website today and possibly tomorrow. Hopefully, it doesn't take, I can do as much as I can, and then I'll see what I have left over. All right, cool. That was my week. Hopefully, I didn't take too long trying to explain all of that. Let's move on to this week. I'm not gonna set up anything June. I do have to work. Let me copy this, copy, and then go to this week and paste it. So on Friday, I have to be at work um, by 3. By 3. So, because I was trying to determine whether, because this is an image, but it's not an image. Okay. I can do it like that. And then I can grab onto it and resize it down. I just want to keep it as one schedule and not put it on every single day. I don't feel like that is necessary. But I don't know what, as per usual, I do not know what I want to put on here. I know I'm going to be working heavily on my Rebelhood X, because I want to. June is birthday month. It will be my birthday next month. My lips are all chapped. I'm just. Anyway, you still love me. Thank you for being here. It's just me right now. I can see who's watching. Whatever. Whenever you watch it, thank you for watching. I appreciate you. Sorry, I'm starting to get congested. But we keep moving on. I know, well, I didn't put it on this. I'm not going to put it on next week, because I'm probably going to do it over the weekend. But I do have to finish my nails, like put the decor on there. How is this? I was going to do them a certain color, but then I was watching Michelle Obama, and she had the exact color that I was gonna use, and I was just like, cute, but I already put in the human hair braids, so Not trying to be a mo mini, not today. But anywho, so I have to come up with the design. I have to watch some nail videos. So I'll probably do that this weekend when I feel like it. I can take a break from working on my website. So I'm just gonna, oh, we need decor before I say I'm just gonna, because it will be super bare. Let's open up our mid journey and I'll tell you what I've been doing in the mid journey. So as you can see, this is the one that I use for the cover, which that's just how I'm feeling. I don't feel like doing a whole bunch of work. I think I like these though. I don't want to use the same ones that I used, but I would like the boxes. Um, let's grab this one and drag it over here. You'll see what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna crop out the boxes and use those on this page. Quite honestly, I could just leave her on there. Let's see if she'll fit. She fits enough, but look at all of that real estate. So I'll see what I'll do about that. Okay, because I'm really in a keep it simple kind of mood right now. Um, 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 um. I just want the boxes. Let's use these boxes. Yeah, they look like I won't have a difficult time cropping them. Okay, and I'm gonna keep it super simple on decor because I really don't feel all that well. So I don't want to be on here for a long, long time. Probably won't make it for the whole hour. Um, so let's go ahead and duplicate her. Duplicate. Well, I don't think I need to duplicate her that many times. Rectangle crop. I would like the blue boxes, the teal boxes for starters. Done. And then let's crop and just grab one right up here. Okay, two boxes. And then, as much as I like her, what I'm going to do is duplicate. And then I'm going to crop out one of the boxes. And then I'm just gonna make them bigger. Let me see if I can copy the subject on her. Which one is she? Which one is she? Why don't I see her? Did I really make this many? Of course I did. Or I could save myself some trouble and just use this one. Yeah, how about that? All right, that works. Let's make this one a little bit bigger. And I'm gonna send it to the back. And what I'm gonna do is now I'm gonna delete her, and then I'm just gonna use these boxes right here. It doesn't matter if the letters are stretched. That'll be part of the background. Okay, and I have 3 color boxes. Actually, I can crop this one too. And add this one here. And then let's do this one. All right. I feel like I'm perfection planning and I'm not on my time. And then before I add the, let's add some elements. What do I need to click? All right. And now I'll grab this and duplicate it. And then duplicate it one more time. We'll really just need to duplicate this one. Why don't they fit? Okay, I'll perfection plan on my own time. I apologize. And then I feel like I should have a background. I'm gonna go with this one. So I'm gonna duplicate this and I'm gonna crop it to this. And I'm going to add this on this side so that it can be like a panel or something. Send it to the back. I know that's my work schedule. I'm gonna put flowers right there. Let's duplicate this, drag it over here. And duplicate that again. And let me just copy. Oh, that won't work, will it? If I try to copy all of it. No, not in GoodNotes. All right. So much fun. It's okay. It's okay. All right. This is just one way that you can, you know, put some decor in your planner. There. Now it still looks like the original page. I'm gonna add, I did not add the dates to the days of the week to my elements like I said I would. But I'll let you see how all of this comes out next week. Moving on to, um, we could just get out of good notes, I believe. Um, I was on Suno, that's ASCAP. Ditto, this is where we want to go to. Log in. So, what I found out is that for their free trial, you can only do 10 songs, which, as you can see here, I had more than 10 songs. I have 15 songs. So I had to narrow it down a little bit. But one of the things that I want to show you, because I didn't go through the process um, fully, I stopped right here, I believe. I remember telling, no, I know I stopped on the next page. When you go through this edit, they say they can accept an MP3 or a WAV file. I did all MP3s, but they really actually prefer WAV files. So you can choose the 30 seconds of the music that you want to have previewed. Personally, I didn't add any of these to an album, so they're all singles. But if you do like create an album, I'm gonna do that in the future. I do track updates. I mean, not track updates. You can, or on Suno, you have personas that you can use. So if I like the style of one of the songs, then I can use that same style over and over again. So that, and then you would just fill in all of this information right here. It has to go through like a verification process. You have to fill out, okay, I just put all of myself for composer, songwriter, production engineer, and then for the performer, I put my stage name, my alias, and then you put the role is the lyricist, the producer. It has different roles that you can choose. You pick the one that best suits you, and then you go ahead and click on these agreements, etc. Continue without uploading the copyright documentation. I told you that. And then you have to choose a release date. Now, this is the part that you have to look at. It won't release today, and it won't release all of these dots here. Those are priority dates. And if you choose one of those priority dates, then you have to pay this. So the next time I can release it is, according to this, is, that doesn't make sense. Oh yeah, no. Yes, it does. The 30th, July? No, that says June 30th. Why though? The next day that I can release it is on June 2nd or June 1st, apparently. It changed automatically. But is you could set a time if you want to pay for all of that for it to release. You can add country restrictions, like if you don't like a specific country, just don't release your music there. Some more stuff that you can pay for. This is the basic part. Um, and then you can price your track automatically. It's set to mid, but you could choose premium or you can choose it as a budget. These are the stores that you get access to. I didn't tell you, um, I didn't show you this part. You can choose to only send it to stores where they can download it. You can send it to stores where they only stream it, and you can choose your own stores. I just leave it at all stores, and then it tells you iTunes, and it gives you, it takes, the time for it to go live is 3 to 5 days. So since this just was released yesterday, it's not live on iTunes yet. We'll check it again. But then it tells you Shazam 3 to 5 days, Apple Music 3 to 5 days, Spotify 3 to 5 days, basically. So that's how long. Let's see how long it goes on SoundCloud. 5 to 7 days on SoundCloud. Basically, don't look for much in the first week, is what I would say. But you see, you have all of these options here. And then after that, I put, you can choose to send the release to all news stores. Like if somebody else, get a wild AI hair up their butt and they're like, I'm going to create a music store, a music streaming platform, or whatever, then they can send it automatically. Or you can choose yourself why you would do that. Don't know. And then so you get to review it before you complete the release. This is what it is. We went through all of this already. And then when I try to complete the release, because I already released 10, it tells me that I've reached the free trial limit. So I'm not going to upgrade anything just yet. It takes you back to the beginning. I'm not going to upgrade anything just yet. So then I was working on my website. This is what it looks like now. Because it should have a landing page that says coming soon. Landing page? Well, anyway, that's what I'm working on. Trying to get accomplished before, not before, I mean, like, I'm not going to say that I've given myself a time frame. I mean, I have, but oh, the old page is coming back up. I didn't do this. Okay, strangers calling me before the sun comes up in the morning. Uh, all right. But anyway, this is what my last web designer did. This is, oh, you can't see it, but that's him in the picture. Uh, kind of sort of what I want to, some images. Oh, these are actually still good hero images that I can still use. Wonderful. But I have to go through and try to like do the rest. I guess. Like, I was so annoyed, but I can't be upset. I won't be upset. Um, Cooking. How many? There's another one. There's one missing. Maybe I did. I no, because I never touched this prior to. Is it on a different page? Um, this is what I was trying to do with AI. But there was another image that is not there. But anyway, this is what I started doing with it. But I'm going to try to update some of this in the coming week to starting today. Um, yeah. So that's it. I do apologize that if I seem a little listless, I am. That's what happens when you lose all of your life force. And there's no one here helping me to replenish it. So, in the ways that I need to be replenished, it's not happening. So, okay. Have to draw all of that from inside of myself, and it is quite all right. I'm capable. I did have my day on Tuesday. Actually, this whole week it's just been really super emotional. Like with the bleeding, you just makes me more aware of what's lacking, and I'm not a whoa type of person. I'm like, whoa, no, whoa, I don't have time for this. To feel sorry for myself, or I don't feel sorry for other people either. Sorry, not sorry. Not, I don't, I mean, it's not like I'm not a sympathetic person, but I'm someone who will help herself when she can to not, you know, I have to maintain certain levels of my life, my mentality, my spirituality, so that I don't feel sorry for myself. Like, people have it worse than me. And I can wallow in it, or I can be like, well, let me just go and brush this mud off me real quick. Because of the foundations that I've set for myself. Some that have been set for me by others, but primarily the ones that I've set for myself, the person that I've grown into, that I've become, and that I want to always be. So I try to hold on to that, when I start feeling down. It is what it is. But it's not like I'm just perky all the time. I'm just happy all the time. No, I was really crying this week. Like, ah. But I also laugh at myself, so I can do that too. But anyway, I really am gonna end it here because I do have a headache, and I'm excited about getting started on this. I actually like web design. Like trying to it's like putting a presentation together for a class project. Part of me, like when it's for me, for myself, yes, I enjoy it, but it is a lot of work. So I'm like, and then everything that can go wrong, it's like, do I have the technical ability or know how to course correct it so that it gets back on track? But now there's AI, so I guess we'll figure it out. So I'm gonna work on this, and I feel like part of me feels like I just want to take a break from at least a week, but this is probably not the week. I have to go to work. I'll work next week, but it's after I do my live stream. So, well, I'll probably go. I don't know. We'll see. I don't. tell you about it when I tell you about it. How about that? Just because, okay, some people have like all of their friends and family, and they're like, look at me, I'm on YouTube, watch my YouTube, support me, or whatever. And that's fine. But because I have been on YouTube before and I have been, um, I had to grow from the comments. It was at that point where people were even more reckless with their comments than they are now. And I was hurt and it was depressing. Anyway, I just got to a point where I felt like I would want to keep it separated. So that, I mean, if there are some friends and family who happen to watch, thank you, I appreciate you, because I've had the same alias forever. But for individuals that are recent to my life and don't know my alias, you don't need to know my alias. Don't worry about what I'm doing. And so I don't want to be in the middle of my work week or, days, couple of days, and do a live stream. I prefer to have them separate. It's not necessary, but that's just what I prefer. So if I do a live stream before work, it's probably because I felt really good and energetic. It is a tech conference. It's an AI conference, not just tech. It's AI, and you guys know. And actually, I worked this event last year, and one of the guys that I've actually follow and am subscribed to him, and another woman that I met there, I ended up subscribing to her. He was there. They have good food, and because I'm working for the vendor directly, it's different than working for a third party company. So it's a lot better when you work with the vendor directly. But anywho, I am going to end it a little bit early. I do hope you all are navigating this changing life every single day with grace and ease, that it's not overly complicated. And if it feels that way, then you're resilient enough to pick it back up and be like, all right, I am strong, I am resilient. Nothing's gonna hold me back. I'm not giving up. Might need to slow down a little bit, but don't ever stay down. Just don't ever stay down. Get back up. Keep doing it, you know. And then we all have another responsibility, because a lot of people are not taking responsibility for others. I mean, like, everybody got to take responsibility for their own actions, but when it comes to being the positivity, we do have to try to take responsibility for other people, as much as we can. I'm not saying like, just be responsible in helping to initiate the healing. We all have to do it. Oh my gosh, I'm about to cry. So I'm gonna say bye. Thank you again. I appreciate you for watching, and I did see that someone did join the conversation. I appreciate you much for not allowing me to be here by myself for the entire time. Thank you. But I am a little under the weather, as you can tell, so I'm gonna call it right here. Be the love, the light, the laughter, ha ha ha, kiki kiki, and the levity for somebody else. I appreciate you, and I'll catch you next week. I'll let you know when I know. Take care. Bye.